but later on, probably kind of after a few weeks or something like that, now or maybe a few months, I've kind of noticed that actually the female, amount of three, kind of came to have the signs of a dropsy, which was really terrible actually, because for me, I'm not really kind of a person who really kind of knows how to medicate my fish if they get sick. So usually if they kind of get sick, it's either I'm kind of trying to sort of let them kind of sort of get recovered by themselves, or I can't really do kind of anything else because I've never really kind of done any medication at all. So I'm really inexperienced, and I don't even know what kind of medication that I should go for. Although that I've been kind of looking for a lot of information on the internet, but still it sounds very kind of complicated. Also, it kind of involves a lot of chemical stuff, which I definitely am not sure if that's really kind of something that I'm able to kind of give the right amount in order to kind of in order to kind of cure my in order to kind of heal my fish without kind of doing any more damage. So therefore, that usually I would. I mean, I have never really kind of performed any kind of medication since I've been in this hobby, I would say, which is really a little bit unbelievable also. But anyway. That here with Jopsy, I mean, I don't actually I've never really kind of sort of done any medication on my fish, but I do know something about some of the diseases they usually could easily be able to get. And Jobs is one of them for sure. And actually, I've got a lot of kind of issues with Jobsy, with my fish getting Jobsy actually. But anyway, actually, I just kind of found one of my green stripe pencilfish sort of starting having that kind of sign of getting Jopsy. And by the time that actually I thought that Jopsy was not really kind of spreading, was not able to kind of spread out in my fish, which I always kind of really believed in. But well, seems that he was really kind of like it seems that I was really kind of like exceptional, with or kind of was kind of like an exception, with the green stripe pencilfish, because with my pencilfish, it was like one kind of got dropsy, and then after a while, when this kind of infected fish sort of reached to the end of the whole kind of situation, the other green stripe will kind of start sort of getting the sign of this infection, which was really frustrating because I never thought that actually dropsy would be able to kind of spread out among mankind. And the thing is, which was kind of like a lucky thing for me was that the kind of dropsy in this tank was only spread out, among the green stripe pencilfish. Other fish never could have got infected at all. So that was even more weird, But anyway, actually, that was the reason why actually I had to kind of get several more green stripe pencilfish because I lost my elder pencilfish due to the issue due to the disease. But then again, kind of after I kind of sort of put the fish in the tank for a few weeks or something, they also kind of started sort of having a sign of getting Jopsy, which was really frustrating. I couldn't even be able to kind of describe how frustrating it was, but it was really kind of outrageously frustrating, how to say. And then I thought that actually maybe I just don't, or maybe I'm just not kind of the right person to kind of to kind of have any kind of green stripe pencilfish kept in my tank. So I kind of thought like, okay, well, if this is like the time, for them to kind of get instincted again, in my tank, I wouldn't really kind of go any further, with the green strap anymore, because I don't feel like to kind of harm any more lives if I'm not able to kind of keep them healthy, or keep them really kind of live fine. I would really kind of give it a try anymore. And eventually, one of them actually kind of sort of left here, live, which is something kind of like a relief in a way. But I'm not sure if this one is able to kind of survive any kind of potential or any kind of a possibility of getting a Jopsy in the future. Because I would say, as I said, that it seems like the green striped pencilfish is really easy to get Jopsy for some reasons, either for the for the kind of change of season or for some odd reasons, kind of with the parameters of the water. But it seems to be very easy for them to kind of get this problem. Yeah, and now you're able to kind of see the green stripe as well as the dwarf pencilfish, which is rather appreciated. Small sized pencilfish. I like them very much, and also they have kind of different. They have at least 3 different kind of coloration varieties in this kind of a lovely kind, I have to say. I've got I think actually out of the 3, I mean, as I used to have 4, and one of them actually kind of got caught sort of in between the container and the kind of side of the tank, and yeah, and which was really kind of stupid somehow for me to lose my fish. But anyway. But anyway, I have to say the dwarf pencilfish are really adorable. They're really hardy also. And also, actually, the one that I've got here, I mean, 3 of those that I've got here left here in the tank are the one, with, because actually, I said actually there are kind of at least 3 varieties, with dwarf pencilfish. One of them actually has the kind of sort of a red thin line, kind of going through their whole body above their, black stripe in the middle of their body, and one of them has only kind of like the very tiny short red line over there, kind of sort of like the black stripe, kind of in the middle of their body, kind of located in the middle actually, and that kind of sort of very short red stripe would just be kind of located exactly in the middle of their body above the black stripe, and the other coloration, variety would be like having no red thin line at all. So the one that actually I've got here, they are the one with that kind of tiny short red stripe, just kind of in their in the kind of middle of their body above their black stripe, which is really cool. It's really lovely. They're very easy to keep, and also actually the three that actually I've kind of left here in my tank. I think there are 2 females and 1 male, and it's really kind of often from to see the male being kind of following one of the females the whole time. Although I haven't really kind of seen them lay eggs either, but yeah, but well, it seems like the male is only kind of interested in one of the females, which is really interesting, also, kind of with the pencilfish, because I have kind of talked a lot, with my, with one of my friends that actually I know who has been kind of breeding a lot of kind of different kinds of kind of fish in just in the family right now, and also he has kind of down, breeding, with. Has done kind of trying breeding pencilfish before also, and he said that, and he did that very successfully, with golden pencilfish at least, and he said actually it seems like, it seems like actually pencilfish also has something, similar, kind of like a cichlid, or kind of like cichlid, or especially kind of like angelfish or something, which is, there seems to be such kind of like a red pairing thingy, it's like he says like it's like. It's like actually the kind of a pair of the adults, of the male and a female would probably have to kind of would probably have to kind of really be into each other for being able to kind of make the whole breeding process successful, which I do kind of believe somehow in a way actually, because because in kind of according to the observation on my dwarf pencilfish, it does really kind of seem like the male has been kind of following the same female most of the time, if I'm able to kind of exactly sort of tell the difference between the 2 females. But it seems like that actually, which is really weird, because usually kind of with other kind of fish, probably if one male kind of is surrounded by more females, they could be kind of going sort of after those females randomly. But I don't think it really is the case here, with the pencilfish. At least now the case, with my dwarf pencilfish, which is really kind of appreciated and very lovely, I have to say. Yeah, I think that's just all the pencilfish in my tank probably. And also kind of back to the one-line pencilfish, I probably have to kind of say something a bit more about them, which is, oh god, if you would like to kind of keep one-line pencilfish in your tank, you gotta be able to kind of nail that actually this is a very territorial fish. This is like, well, I don't know, I mean, it's kind of like insane. I've got kind of like 4 of them right now at the moment. I used to have 5, because one of them actually kind of lost for some kind of issue, with his physical sort of like physical development somehow, because that fish has something wrong, with his kind of like body structure, which I knew that actually probably wouldn't be able to kind of go very far, but still that actually was really sad of him to lose him. Yeah, but anyway. The one-line pencilfish is really territory. I'm like out of 4 of them actually kind of in the tank. Have their own kind of territory for sure. 2 of them actually are very kind of aggressive and very kind of dominant here in the tank. And actually I didn't kind of get all of them really just kind of once altogether. I got them kind of separately and from 2 different stores. So the 2 right now kind of in the tank, which are really dominant, are the ones that actually I got the first time. And they somehow kind of sort of divided the tank into not really kind of into the kind of main parts, but it seems like those 2 have just kind of covered the whole kind of the bottom space of the tank, and they kind of divide the kind of bottom space into 2 areas. and they would just kind of guard their own kind of area. And once, if any other fish, including pencilfish, including any other kind of like the kind of like species, kind of in this tank to really kind of enter their territory, they will attack. They will really attack. I mean, like they will really kind of attack like no mercy at all. Then that's really really scary in a way. Actually, this is one of those kind of dominant one on pencilfish, and the other one is where is the other one? I'm gonna say the other one actually. And anyway, actually, this one has kind of got this area as his kind of has area or territory. This is the one that actually I got second time. It's a rather smaller one. And therefore actually the very beginning when actually I kind of got this one in the tank, I didn't kind of think that actually this one would be able to kind of stand for himself and even be able to kind of get a territory for himself, because you can kind of think about that. Back at the time that there were 5 of them here in the tank, and each of them are really that kind of aggressive, and that would definitely be some. I mean, the kind of dominated one would just definitely be kind of treated very poorly. But well, somehow this one has kind of sort of got his own area, and he has kind of make an image, which is really good. I mean, like it's really kind of appreciated very much. Yeah, I'm not able to kind of see the other dominant one right now at the moment, which is a little bit weird. Hope it didn't jump out of the tank. It shouldn't be possible actually. Huh. Oh, alright. No, it's not. Okay. I think that I'm able to come see them. Actually, they are kind of hiding behind filters. Actually, there's actually one over there. I'm not sure if you guys are able to kind of see. It's a little bit dark over there. See that one? That's the only one which it's a little bit kind of at a rather sort of weak position, kind of among the 4 of them here in the tank. This one doesn't really have such kind of territory, kind of in my opinion. And this one has been kind of like chased around by others the whole time, because I mean, the tank's not that big, so it's very easy for for him to actually kind of get into others' areas. So every time when he kind of sort of steps into others' areas, he could easily be able to kind of get chased by others, which is a little bit uncool, and also a little bit kind of worried about me, because I do know this could mean, or this could lead to a rather bad situation in terms of his his own kind of growth, either kind of physical or mostly physical, I guess. Yeah, but hopefully they're able to kind of sort it out. But well, again, as I said, if you like to kind of keep any kind of wildlife pencilfish in the tank, you gotta be able to know about that, because they're really aggressive towards each other, and they're really aggressive towards others when it concerns territory. They will attack numbers. You can kind of with no mercy for sure. So you have to kind of think about that. You have to kind of think about the size of your tank and the number of the individuals you want to kind of keep in the tank. Because if it's really too small, like my tank, I wouldn't kind of recommend. I wouldn't kind of recommend for anyone to kind of have more than 3 actually of the one line pencilfish in a tank like mine, because that's really a little bit risky, and that's not really going to be able to kind of get to the dominant one, I have to say, or the submissive